Good afternoon. My name is William Pitts. I would like to thank you for being willing to take the time to watch my prospective portfolio video for admission to the SIUE Educational Administration Program. The 22-23 upcoming school year will be my 21st year in public education. I have spent my entire career working in the middle school environment. Currently, my employment is in Columbia Unit 4, where I am a 6th grade world history teacher, though I have also taught English language arts at the middle school level here in Columbia as well. My educational history includes a bachelor's in secondary history education from Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. In addition, I also hold a master's degree from Chicago State University in special education. As I look at a lot of the things that I think I do really well as a prospective administrator, I try to tie those strengths into the NELP standards. I looked at standard number 4 as learning and instruction and felt that that is one thing I probably do about the best as an educator. I feel like I really go out of my way to ensure that I use best practice instruction. I always allow students to work in collaborative environment. I don't focus very often on knowledge and comprehension level skills. I really like higher order thinking instruction that is very literacy based. In terms of social studies, I always tie my curriculum directly into the Common Core Language Arts for social studies standards. So a lot of thinking, reflecting, writing, reading, analysis, very higher order things. I do feel also with learning instruction, I'm very good at differentiation of my instruction by product and process. Through my career, I have always tried to encourage gifted students to take on an independent project in lieu of regular classwork. I also do a really good job with making accommodations for all of my IEP students. Other things in terms of learning instruction I feel I'm very strong at. I feel I have a good use of technology. I use Google Classroom on a daily basis. Other apps I use frequently are Kami, Mote, Quizlet, and also Screencastify, which was really useful for remote learning. I really work hard to have a very engaging class, and as a result, I build very strong relationships with very few disruptions. Another strength I feel I have comes from NELP Standard 3.3, which talks about evaluation of root causes of inequity and bias. I do feel having a background in special education does really allow me to ensure that those students don't deal with inequity in the classroom, that their education is tailored and modified to fit their needs best. The majority of my career before coming to Columbia was in Decatur, which is a high poverty urban school district that had its own unique set of struggles. And I think that also allowed me to step out and see the biases that many often white male teachers wouldn't see in terms of like systemic levels of either racism or just bias in education in general. So it was certainly good to step out and see other things. Another strength I have would tie into NELP Standard 2.1, which talks about modeling professional norms, integrity, trust, democracy, equity, and fairness. Before I left Decatur, I was an instructional coach for a year, and one of my responsibilities was to manage a $150,000 grant, an ESSA grant. And I really worked very hard to ensure that all grade levels saw the process, had plenty of input, and were able to spend the money in ways that furthered education best for all grade levels. And that also included non-content classes, or non-grade level classes, excuse me, but also included encore classes in terms of equity and fairness. In terms of things that I know I need to improve on, one would be related to Standard 7.3, which talks about engaging staff in leadership roles. Through my career, I have really worked hard to put students in roles of leadership, but obviously, as a classroom teacher, I don't have any experience putting my fellow staff members in roles of leadership. I look forward to the opportunity to do so. Another place I know that I need to improve would be related to Standard 6.3, where I need to monitor and ensure adherence to laws, rights, policies, and regulations. I have done a good job in my career of ensuring that special education laws are followed in terms of students with a 504 plan or an IEP. But in terms of the school-wide situation of the laws and policies and regulations from a day-to-day basis, I don't have experience with those. So again, I look forward to taking a position and learning the things that I don't know very much about. The last area of growth I really see is related to Area 6.2, which says to use data ethically and equitably to develop a multi-year resourcing plan aligned to school goals and priorities. Again, that's just an area I don't have any experience in. and I look forward to developing a multi-year resource plan aligned to the goals of whatever building perhaps I'm in. The last part of the portfolio video asks why I feel I should be admitted to the program. First, I feel I'm very positive. I'm very enthusiastic about teaching and learning. It's July. I already am working in the classroom because I truly just love being in school. School is a really fun place to be. I have a great diversity of knowledge and skills in my 20 years to draw upon to provide leadership, I feel, not only to instruction, but also to discipline and to the overall morale and environment culture of a building. Last but most importantly, I feel I have a fundamental belief in advocacy for all students, no matter who they are or where they come from. I believe that education is a public service and is it our job to provide the best service we can, not only to kids, but also the parents of our community. Ultimately, we are their servants and we work for them. Those are just a few of the reasons I think you should consider admitting me to your educational administration program. Thank you.